Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marina. And when it comes to a selection of boats, just sheer volume, number of boats to view and inspect in one stop, no one in East Tennessee or North Georgia can match Madisonville Marine showroom and their lot. They've got a showroom that's big and filled with boats, and they've got a light for a lot outside for all these boats. In terms of makes and models of boats, you're not going to find a better place to check out so many different types of boats in one spot. Madisonville Marine, great customer service, great prices, and the world's biggest selection. Unbelievable. Madisonville Marine, there's no better place to buy a boat. All right, this week, ESPN did one of its ranking lists, which these things are just made to generate conversation, so we'll oblige them and conversate. Tennessee coaches in the top 150. They named the top 150 coaches of all time in the 150 years of college football. They had Robert Neyland, number 36. Pretty low. Then they had Johnny Majors at 62 and Philip Fulmer at 94. Simple question for you guys. The 1, 2, 3, let's just take it that. Neyland first, Majors second, Fulmer third. Did they get the Tennessee coaches right in order?
I can live with that.
I would say yes.
We're being quick with our answers
I can
here.
agree with that too, although I'm not going to let this pass without saying Neyland should have been higher.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. I just
Okay,
wanted to see,
okay.
does anybody here think Fulmer should be ahead of Majors?
I think it's right. I think with the situations, and Johnny Majors obviously took over programs and started them, and the rebuild from the bottom, so the record really doesn't reflect, I think, the quality of coach he was.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. Maybe not the gap between the two, but yeah, I think the order's good.
I think the order's correct. I agree with the order, and I'm surprised that Majors ranked ahead of Fulmer. I didn't, that took a little bit of thought to say, but his winning percentage, he took over 4 programs, Pittsburgh twice when they were down, which impacts your win-loss record, whereas Fulmer took over a top 10 program. I was surprised they did it. Neyland was ranked number 36 overall. In the 10 just above him, Steve Spurrier, Bob Stoops, Dabo Swinney, John Robinson, Jim Tressel. I'm sorry. Neyland goes ahead of Jim Tressel to me, and I don't care what he did at Youngstown State. I was surprised that Neyland was low. That was what your point was.
Yeah, and we should point out that on this list, these aren't all Power 5. These are like Augustus and St. John's and whatever.
Mount Union.
So there's a lot of great coaches that did great numbers in those schools, but I still got Neyland higher than 36.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, how many coaches did he have that took the Maxims out, and then they've got coaches that took the Maxims? I mean, there aren't many schools that didn't have the Maxims in their locker room at one time or another, and I don't think that Dabo Swinney has done that yet.
Yeah.
But
No, I think he was a solid more than 20 points too low. I'd have had him up in my top 15 of all time.
Yeah.
I'd have him top 20 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bit of a Mount Rushmore attitude that I would take to it. I look at those who came before, and I would give extra bonus points, if that's how you want to describe it, to Robert Neyland for what he did early on for the game.
Well, they had Vince Dooley ahead of him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sorry, I think Vince Dooley was a great coach, but go back and look at his record.
He would have been fired 3 different times at the current age.
So, I mean, that
Built it,
tells you something. Yeah.
dropped off, built it, it dropped off.
And that's
built
not
it.
a knock on Vince Dooley.
No, second winningest coach in
Yeah.
SEC all time until, did somebody just pass him recently? Nah. He's second or third all time in the SEC. And then the last one, I'll just mention this. Fulmer was ranked 94th. In the 10 above him were Dan Devine, Brian Kelly,
Nope.
Barry Alvarez. Okay, he built Wisconsin. Hayden Fry,
Nope.
Howard Schnellenberger.
Nope.
Okay.
There's a lot of notes in there.
All right. UT has 3 big games left before SEC play. What's their biggest flaw at this point in basketball? What's their biggest flaw? Can it be fixed in time for them to finish 5th in the league, which was what they were predicted at the SEC Media Days? We'll discuss that. Then we got recruiting, then more football, basketball. Come on back on the Sports Source.
Hey, when you're away from home, catch us on Facebook Live, our YouTube channel, or on sportsource.tv.
Let's do it.
This is the Sports Source.